Three reflections for us in this 32nd Sunday in Ordinary Time. First reflection, the two widows and the beauty of giving. You see, it is a case of surface show and inner substance. It is what happens in their interiority that is splendidly beautiful. I mean the two widows. The widow from Zarephath and the widow in Jerusalem. What is in their interiority is shown in the act of giving. It is truly a gift worth the attention of the Christian church. In the Old Testament, the attention of Elijah the prophet, and in the New Testament, the Gospel speaks of Jesus impressed by the widow. I quote, many rich people put in large sums. The poor widow put in 2 copper coins. She put in the smallest Greek coin in circulation during the time of Jesus. You see, you would need 128 of these coins to make up the daily wage during that time. But Jesus tells his disciples, truly I say to you, this poor widow has put in more than all the rest, because they were tossing into the treasury out of their abundance. But she, out of her poverty, has put in everything she had, her whole living, her whole livelihood. Please be careful. Please be careful. Jesus is not castigating the wealthy people in Jerusalem, nor the wealthy parishioners in our midst. He is not even accusing them of outward show. No, that is not the purpose of the gospel. He is praising the widow, period. And in his praise tells us something rich about human living, about the risk in giving. The widow's gift was greater than all because in giving the coins, she gave up her security. She put up her whole livelihood. In other words, she had nothing anymore after that act of giving. That is risky. She was going home very poor. The others gave and it was good. But they could leave the temple without anxiety, without indigestion. They had given a good deal. But there was more where that came from. Oh, after putting your share in the collection, I'm sure after this you'll have your lunch. You still have money in your pocket. But you see, there is something in the poor widow that Jesus noticed. She gave everything away. And there was no show. There was no panoramic view. She took the risk to die. And that is what happened also with the widow of Zarephath. She gave her last cake to Elijah, risking that she and her son would go hungry that night. That is daring. Second reflection, Jesus. Some people think that the second reading is disconnected from the first and the gospel. No, they can be woven together. Go deeply into the readings and discover the letter to the Hebrews tells us of the great sacrifice of Jesus. It is about the self-offering of the Son of God. Like the widows, Jesus gave up everything. He gave all he was in the second reading. He has nothing left to give. Remember what we do in the Mass? In a little while, you will hear me say the words of institution. Take this, all of you, and eat of it. This is my body given up for you. This is the chalice of my blood poured out for you. Mas matindi kapag tinagalog mo. Ito ang aking katawan na ihahandog ko para sa inyo. Ito ang kalis ng aking dugo na ibubuhos ko sa inyo. Wala nang matitira sa akin. Tuyong-tuyo na ako para mabuhay lang kayo. That is the extent of the self-giving of Jesus. Lahat ibibigay, walang itatago. Hindi nagdadamot. Ito ako, kainin ninyo, iuwi ninyo ako sa bahay. Mabago ang mundo ninyo dahil sa akin. Dahil sa aking katawan at dugo. Jesus in toto took the risk. The total trust in the Lord was in Jesus, exemplified so beautifully in this crucifix before us. Ito ako, bigay ko na sa inyo. Ito ako. At mamamatay ako para sa inyo. Mahapde? Oo. Masakit? Oo. Nobody says that to be a Christian is easy. Take seriously our religion and you become dangerous. Because our religion will ask us to give and to give and to give and to give without counting the cost. Third and last reflection. Out of her poverty. There is a phrase that I always use if you have been following me in this Mass in Sacred Heart Rockwell. Whenever I ask for alms from you to help the hungry among us, what do I say? Share a slice of your poverty. That is a very significant phrase for me. Share a slice of your poverty. Why? Because nobody here in church is so rich before God. We are all paupers before God. We need God to feed us every Sunday for us to be nourished. We need the grace of God for us to live in this world, to be good people in our country, to be good family members in our family, to be good citizens for our people. The phrase is out of her poverty, he gave everything out of her livelihood. The supreme act of Jesus is his life. Christians, take seriously what I say. It is risky. It is risky to be a Christian these days. Because if you take seriously what it means to be a Christian, nothing is left for you. You will simply die. Meron akong isang karanasan nung bago akong pare, that was 1984. I was newly ordained and I was assigned in San Fernando de Dilao, Paco, Manila. My parish priest was Bishop Ted Bacani. And of course, I came from my studies in the United States. And the wisdom of this bishop was to assign me to work with the poorest of the poor in Paco. Sabi niya, Jer, trabaho mo yan ha. Look for them. I was excited. So if you go to Quirino Avenue, there I walked in my clerical. And I said to a young boy, asan ang pamilya mo? Sa ilalim po. Sabi niya, anong ilalim? Saang ilalim? Ilalim ho ng tulay. So bumaba ako sa ilalim ng tulay, napakadilim. At talagang hirap na hirap akong pumasok sa ilalim ng tulay. Ngunit sa hulit-huli, nung ako'y nakarating na sa ilalim ng tulay, nandun ang bahay niya na may ilawan. Nung nakita ako ng nanay, sabi, naku, Father, ba't ikay pumunta rito? Napakarumi dito, napakalamok. Ako'y dumadalaw sa inyo. Naku, Father. Yung nanay pala, member ng charismatic ng parish. May 4 siyang kapatid na nakaupo doon. At sabi ng nanay sa akin, ay naku, hindi pwede. Kinakailangan magmerienda si Father, hindi ba? Naku, wag na po, ako'y dumadalaw lang. At tumingin siya sa paligid niya, nakita lang niya isang supot ng kropek. Alam mo yung kropek? Yung piniprito, nagiging chicharon. Kumuha siya ng mantika, nagluto siya, inubos na niya. At nung naluto na, inilagay sa harap namin, at sabi niya, Father, itikman mo ito, masarap ito. At pagluluto pa kita, dadalang kita sa rectory. Sabi ko, wag na po. Ay, ako'y magsasamaan loob kapag hindi mo kainin ito. Nung kumuha na ako ng isa, yung 5 bata nakatingin sa akin. Sabi siguro ng 5 bata, hapunan namin yan, kakainin mo. Pero nakatingin sila at kinain ko isa. Pero sabi ko, hindi ako papayag, dapat sabay-sabay tayo ha. Sabay-sabay tayong kakain. Nay, sige, upo ka rito. Sa napakadilim na lugar na yon na may ilawan lang, kumakain kami ng kropek hanggang maubos. Nung tumitingin na ako, abay wala na palang kakainin ngayong hapunan. Sabi ko, Totoy, ano po yun, Father? Ay, ikaw ay sumama sa akin. Saan po? Ay, sa simbahan. Bakit po? Ako'y kukuha doon ng dilata. Dadalhin mo rito, ha? Wag na po, Father, sabi ng nanay. Nakakahiya po. Nakakahiya kay Bishop. Hindi ako magpapaalam sa kanya. Kukunin ko lang yung mga dilata. Lumakad kami at pumanhik. Kumuha ko ng supot. Naglagay ako. Tandang-tanda ko pa. 6 na dilata. 2 Vienna sausage at 4 na corned beef. Binigay ko sa kanya. At ang sabi niya, Father, 2 linggo po namin itong kakainin. Ay, ikaw ay may nangangailangan lumapit ka na lang sa akin at ikaw ay bibigyan ko uli. Sabi niya, salamat po. At yung 5 batang yon, naging altar server namin sa parokya. Mapagbigay. Tama? Give. Not out of abundance, but out of poverty. Give until it hurts. And when it hurts, Teresa of Calcutta said, then you have truly loved. Amen.